superstars. So this video is going to give you some techniques if you're a coach, and even if you're a client or you're looking into spiritual guidance coaching or spiritual life coaching. Um, so the first tip as a coach is right before your session, the most important thing for you to do is take care of you. Early in the beginning of my coaching career, I was like flustered. I would be trying to make sure my schedule was correct. I'm trying to take care of house and home, all of that. And I wasn't taking care of me. Excuse me. And what I realized is I was getting burnt out so quickly. Once I took my National Medical Board a health and wellness exam, I realized passing it, thank the Lord, thank Divine Source, that is the one thing that they even recommend. And that is the National Medical Board. So it's the same board that certifies our doctors in the United States. And so taking care of you is that important. Miss Woods, baby girl, look at you. It's good to see you. Mwah. So take care of you, right? And then the other thing is, which Miss Woods can tell you is really our primary focus at Spiritual Guidance Academy, is spiritual safety. We don't want you fooling around with any energy that is just going to take you. It is just going to play around with you. It's going to do anything negative to you or anyone's connected to you. That's a big deal. So that means as a coach, you're going to have to turn down some folks. You cannot coach everybody. All money is not good money, and all energy is not divine energy. So I want you to really be careful about that. And if you're saying, you know what, well, I got into coaching to make money. Okay, I get it, and I just get it. But remember, when you are a spiritual coach, you are, it's a little bit different. Okay, it's a little bit different because you're aware of energy in every form, or you should be. And so you want to make sure that you're focused on what you want to expand. So if you're focused on the money, it's going to run. But if you're focused on your client and you're focused on the intention of, I'm going to help people, I am going to serve in the greatest capacity that I can, then it's going to expand. Your focus is going to expand, okay? So someone asked me once, well, wouldn't it be like if it's expanding, if I focus on money, wouldn't it be expanding into more money? No, that means it's going to expand away from you. Does that make sense? When you focus on your clients, you focus on that intention of, I'm going to serve and I'm going to be of service in the highest capacity possible. That's going to expand and reach clients, prospects, customers that you didn't even know you had. So your energy is going to go out to those people. If you're focused on just money, you've X'd out those people, and you've X'd out referrals, you've X'd out resources, you've X'd out repeat clientele. You've maxed yourself out emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So we definitely want to make sure we're practicing spiritual safety. Awesome. Right. Miss Wood says, oh, you got to get my number. I'm glad you got a new phone, but yeah, thank you for telling me that. Protection is key, and knowing who you are called to and who is called to you. Absolutely. Because we know, honey, those spiritual attacks are real, and you got to be sure that you're also not accepting everybody as a coach. A lot of my clients come to me with the battery life is really low, so I'm trying to talk really fast, and I apologize to anybody that is unable to keep up. Please rewind. Please slow it down and forgive me. But I don't want the phone to cut off because it's very low in battery. And I want to get this out to you. So be careful because a lot of people that coach with me have been burnt, have been taken advantage of from other coaches, quote unquote coaches, or quote unquote shamans, or spirit guides, or anybody that's practicing in the spiritual community. The other part is, and so use your intuition, okay? Get referrals, look at their customer testimonials, um, let people help you, and then those people that are helping you is sent by spirit. So speak up. I was thinking about getting a spiritual life coach. Have you ever worked with one? Okay. And if you're afraid to do that, then ask me. Ask anybody. Ask Miss Woods. Miss Woods, what can they expect to what can spiritual superstars expect coaching with me, if you don't mind? And anyone that's coached with me, comment. What did you get out of it? What did you get out of it? So the other part is do the work. Coaches out there, don't do the work for your client. Don't do that to them because coaching is not a done for you service. It's self development, but it's spiritual self development, and it's at the core of who they are. So they have every right. It is their right. Remember that. It is their right to go through that struggle bus and that cognitive dissonance and just the tears and get to the other side. They are hiring you to facilitate, to guide, to support. And here's the other part, coaches out there, it's not about us, it is their journey. And you cannot make the session about you any more than you can make the goal one that you want for them. Okay? So you got to take your expert hat off. Doesn't matter what your qualifications are at that point. When you're in a session with your client, everything is confidential, it's private, and the trust has to be earned. You just can't expect a client to come to you just because they're paying you. And I charge now a lot of money. I'll put it like that. I can't even expect people to come to me after they paid me a lot of money and expect them to trust me 100% and tell me everything. It just doesn't work like that. They're human, they're vulnerable, and as the coach, it's my job to facilitate their self development. Okay? So, always focus on the client. Look at the battery life. Always focus on the client and humble yourself. So, clients out there, when you do feel like there's a coach or your coach is not letting you talk, that's a problem. You need to talk more than the coach. And if you're not able to get in a word in edgewise, like they're cutting you off all the time. Now, I cut my clients off, and I'll tell you why in a minute. That's a must. But I'll tell you why. If you're getting cut off and you're not being heard, okay, at the end of the day, if you feel like they didn't even listen to me, that's a problem. And I want you to tell them that. And if you feel intuitively, if you feel this is a good coach, maybe they're new, maybe they're kind of green, wet behind the ears, and they just don't know yet, but they got a good spirit, they're helping you, and you can feel that, then tell them, and you might want another session. Sometimes it is a simple tweak. But if you feel like you're being taken advantage of, don't go back. Let them know that and cut it. Cut ties, okay? Simple as that. I don't care if they offer you a discount. I don't care if they say, well, I'm not giving your money back. No. If you gave them money for a package, they may have a policy of no refunds. However, if that session was already used, okay, no refund. But if there's a package and you haven't used those sessions, there should be no reason a coach shouldn't give you your money back. Okay? That's it. And take legal action if you need to. They should be insured if they're a reputable coach and they're practicing with fidelity. Anyway, okay? So look out for yourself. And if you need help, I'm here. Mama Nicole is here. I don't want you out there getting taken advantage of, okay? Okay? So let me see what Shauna says. So Miss Woods, I'm sorry. You can expect the truth and support. You must do the self work. And honey, let me tell you, Miss Woods put in the work. Okay? Um, she says, I love the push I received from you. Thank you. Thought provoking next steps. Thank you so much. That's so important. But just like Miss Woods said, she did the work. So I will give you a good, I think, analogy. Ms. Woods knows, is this an analogy or is it I don't know. But I'll give you the picture of what I use in my coaching sessions. We will reflect together. Reflection is key. If your coach is not helping you reflect, that's a problem. Okay? If they're not encouraging you to reflect, that's a problem. Coaches out there, you must walk your clients through reflection. It's got to be productive. Okay? And so I liken it to, I'm in the golf cart, you're out on the obstacle course. It's not a golf course, it's not pretty, it's rough and it's ugly. It's scary, and there's some pretty places along the route, but most of it is rough. And you're all banged up, bleeding, you're dirty, you stink, your hair looks a mess, you crying, all of it, okay? Clothes tore up, because you are in this journey that's yours, this thing called life. And me, as your coach, I'm there sitting pretty in the golf course, golf cart, air conditioned, everything. But here's the beauty in that. Because I'm going to pull you in temporarily and we're going to do an instant replay. Because when you're in the thick of it, you can't see it. So, coaches out there, you must be an active listener. You have to. So, shh. And just listen. Before I cut off, I'm going to say this one last tip for my coaches out there and for my clients out there, my spiritual superstars. This is the biggest mistake that I've ever seen any coach make, and I used to do it all of the time. And I didn't get it, I didn't know it was a mistake until I was being coached and my coach kept doing it. And I was just like, I wish you would stop doing that. And so when he asked me, is there anything I could do differently, which is a brilliant question. Remember that, write it down. Coaches out there, don't be afraid to ask that question. Is there anything that I could do differently or could have done differently? I said, yeah. Stop interrupting me by saying, oh, yeah, I know you're there, but I don't need you to tell me you're there. Okay, right? It would throw me off. I'd have to rethink what I was saying. I'm easily distracted, right? So it would throw me off. He didn't realize it was doing that to me, and he stopped. And so that is just key. I hope that helps you. I hope that this really helps everybody, whether you are looking for a spiritual coach, whether you are the coach, okay? So you don't have to say anything. This is what you want your clients to say as a coach. You want your clients to say, did you hear me? Yeah, I'm still here. What else? Tell me more. There's always more. But you have to hold that space. And you have to be okay with that awkward silence, because that's golden. Remember, in spirituality, silence is how spirit talks to us. So make sure that you're encouraging your client to embrace that silence also. I love you. I'll see y'all very soon. Miss Woods, it's like a diamond popping up out of nowhere to see you on the live. I love you, girl. And I will see y'all very soon. Hey, don't forget to put in your pound and your 4 ones. Look at Creative Claire on it.